Yours truly, Rockin' Dave, the real deal. North Fort Myers, South, Southwest Florida. With the hurricane already blowing the flame out, huh? Yes, we are outside in our lanai. We figured we'd turn the chairs around so you could see, like, our neighbor's house. He's got it nice lit up in the bottom there, you know, with the little lights. You hear the wind chimes going. It's getting windy. We're getting prepared for a hurricane. I got the little telly. I was got a. Remember when these were called
got a punk?
A punk.
It's a punk, baby.
That's it. Incense.
Incense.
I got my Naperville Bank shirt on from Naperville, Illinois. What's old is new again. So does that mean I'm new again, sweetheart? I'm getting old?
No idea.
Yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo está? From Southwest Florida.
That's right.
Pre-hurricane.
Fort Myers, Southwest Florida. I'll tell you what. I think well, with the strap, Deb, and a little bit of tax, this guitar was $196.
I have no idea.
And it's, you know, I was never really into tellies, but I gotta admit, this is pretty awesome. And it has a great tone. Yeah, it'd be nice to turn that down and get my feedback. So, you can hear a little bit of the wind. So yeah. But, I want to kind of reflect on our 3 gigs last week. Tomorrow we got another doubleheader.
Yep, the triple last week.
Yeah, we had a triple last week. Friday, Del Toro was up the road about 3 miles. And actually, I could actually point that way. Yeah.
About a 15-minute drive. Alright, so...
Or maybe it's that way.
Yeah, we were...
I get turned around down here, man. Oh, my God.
We're getting turned around with the hurricane.
Yeah.
Coming this way. Okay,
Yeah.
so, yep, so 3 gigs. You know, you guys know we had the triple last weekend, and that was awesome. Del Toro.
Yep.
Was a really good show, even though the weather... Oh boy, the weather kept a lot of people away, but
oh man, and that
those
thunder
who were
was
there
loud. How about that?
enjoyed it.
Kaboom! I thought the whole place was gonna blow up or something. It was, and
Very
that flash of
loud.
lightning. How about it? Just before we started, it was like Thor came out of the sky and went, boom! It was loud.
Okay,
But,
so
But yeah, we had a really good gig Friday.
yeah.
It came out.
And then we had the double on Saturday, which you guys were with us.
Yep.
And yeah, we got up at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Oh, it was a long
And
day.
we also documented this on our drive home from Miami. It was, 2:30 in the morning. Hey, kids. Han Solo.
Han, what's happening, Han Solo?
Hola.
What is happening, my friend?
Yes.
All we need is R2D2 or R2.
So we are broadcasting live from our lanai.
Yep.
And yeah, so Dave set us up in this direction so you can see all the nice lights across the street, the neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
Lit up all awesome.
You can see the cars
Pretty
and golf
sweet.
carts go by as they do when they do.
Yep.
Which is nice. We got a nice quiet street, you know.
So, last Saturday morning we were up at 8 o'clock. And we obviously packed the car for the show at Yucatan's.
Mm-hmm.
How is that Ibanez artist treating you, Dave?
Oh, it's great. You know, I put another bridge on that guitar. And the thing is, it doesn't break strings, but I gotta do a little bit more adjusting because, you know what? Let me get the Ibanez. Let me go grab that guitar.
Oh, he gonna go get that
Yeah,
Ibanez.
I'll show you what I
Alright.
mean because there's a little kind of a little finaggering, not really.
Yeah. And so what we did in preparation for those 2 shows last Saturday, because our second gig was in Miami, and that's across the state from us. We are on the East Coast, and Miami is we're on the West Coast, Miami's on the East Coast. And that's right, you changed the bridge. Oh, yeah, and yep, he's getting the Ibanez, and Dave will be right back. And so what we did was, you know, the time management with with having the two shows and them being so far apart in distance.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be going back and forth.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
So with the Ibanez Artist now, this is yet another wraparound bridge. Now let me show you something with this. You see this screw right here? This will adjust for the B and G string. But anything else, they do not move, so you have to finagle, move the bridge a little bit. But what is really cool with this, my theory is, since it's a nice smooth transition where you sit, the strings sit there, it's a real nice smooth transition. I have not popped the string. So, you know, actually, I think once the strings settle, it's easy for it to get a little bit tuned, you know. This guitar has got a lot of sustain, man. Oh my God, has it got sustain. And it'll actually go to the next octave higher sustain when I play my A on the 10th fret on the B string, which would be your 10th fret A on the B string, and it just goes right into that octave higher, man. It just sings. And then when I'm doing Europa, it'll hold real for a long time. When I bend my F, my note, when I bend my high E string, so I'm bending basically F, 13th fret. I'm bending it a whole step up to G, but it's still that bend, and it's just that region right there. It just grabs that note. Now the lawsuit guitar, which is the one that looks like the Paul Reed Smith, that'll have a lot of sustain. But where it goes to the next octave higher, it'll do it on the note G, which will be the 8th fret on the B string. The Ibanez Artist will do it on the 10th fret. But I'll tell you what, man, it is a great guitar. See, here's something. Here's my theory. Is this: as these guitars age, and this guitar is going to be next year, it's going to be 40 years old that it was manufactured. It'll be August 2023. It'll be 40 years old because this was manufactured or completed.
Hans says, I like that. My 76 has a lot of string travel between the bridge and tailpiece. I think it makes it a little stiffer feeling.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, it does. Because, see, I know what kind you have, because I had the 78 model. Yours is a 76. So you might have had the one where it had the sustain block. And I know what it is. It's like a stop bar tailpiece, except it's not really a stop bar. And it had like a little design that came in down like a triangle a little bit. And then the tuners, this is like bridges on the Gibson, except Ibanez made their own. And you might have bone nut. I know you'd have a bone nut, but I'm wondering if you had the sustain block. I mean, it was almost like a half bone, half brass nut, and then underneath the bridge was this brass block, like a sustain block. And I mean, those guitars had a lot. And now, the 78 model I had was not as thick as this. This is maybe thicker than a Les Paul, maybe by a hair. My 78 was a lot thinner. So they're great guitars, though, man. They're great guitars. But see, my theory is that when wood ages, dries out or does whatever it's doing, it just the tone. It helps with that tone, because the reason why I say this, your pickups and all that will make a difference, obviously. But what are they attached to? They're attached to the body of the guitar. So pickups are picking up string vibration. Because I mean, think about it. You could stop the string, and unless you have to amp real loud, it'll feedback because it's from the pickup. But it's the actual string vibration.
So Hans says, no, but I did have the half and half nut on my semi-hollow Artist as 200, 1981. And Bumble says, oh, the dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo, that's it, man.
Bumble.
Bumble, what's happening, brother?
Yes, yeah.
Han Solo, yeah, you had a couple of really nice guitars. You know, the thing is, back then, and if you bought yours new, you might remember this, where, depending on where you're at, okay? If you're here in America, back then...
Sarah, hey guys. Hey Sarah.
Hey Sarah, thank you for tuning in.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Oh, Han says the Flying Fingers pickups were really microphonic. I put in some Duncans.
Oh, some Duncans. Okay. I had the Flying Fingers. They were called the Super 88s, and I had the tri-sound switches. I don't know if you had the tri-sound switches.
Pacific Northwest, Dave.
Ah, okay. So then you know that back then, because that's when Ibanez was coming out, they were made in Japan. And I don't know about you, but I do remember when I was buying because I bought mine used for $350, in mint condition, used with the case, no problems. But I remember when I was buying that guitar, there was a guy. He was really knocking that guitar. Oh, that's made in Japan. That's no good. Well, I mean, I didn't realize it because I think I was a junior in high school. So what? I was 15, 16 years old, something like that. When I bought it, I had the guitar on layaway, Dad. We didn't have a credit card. It was on layaway, you know.
Cars weren't invented yet.
No, they weren't invented.
Guitars were, but not cars.
But I remember a guy really putting down that Ibanez guitar, because it was made in Japan and it wasn't American made, you know. But I will say this: when Gibson sued Ibanez, I think that was the best thing that happened to Ibanez, because boy, did they take off, man.
Sarah says, I love layaway.
Layaway, that's the way we used to do it, man.
Oh, layaway was
I'll
the
tell you
thing.
what, you know what was really cool at layaway? It was the anticipation. You didn't take the item home until you paid it off. So, you know, it was always on your mind. It was like, I remember, God, I'd be so happy when I get that guitar home, and you know.
Yeah, John Dawson. Hey,
what's
David,
happening,
John? Hola, that's my birthday buddy. We got the same birthday, September 3rd, John and I.
Ah.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, man. Yeah, we're still celebrating Deb's birthday. It's 30 days of Deb.
30 days of Deb. I don't know why, but we are. I have no idea why, but we are.
Now, this Ibanez is a 1983 model, so, and it is still handcrafted in Japan. And, but see, you, again, going back to, you had a semi-hollow with the half bone and half brass nut net, so yeah, you had a couple of them. They were great guitars, man. Now, if you try to get any of them out of Japan, oh, you're talking $1,500-$1,600, you know, on a bottom side. And if you're looking to get some of these vintage ones, depending on what, you know, what condition they're in, you're gonna pay some premium bucks, man. But you know, I again, you know, there's some people that have this thing with the tone woods and that. The only thing I say about it is this: it's gonna make a difference. We all know it makes a difference in an acoustic guitar. So if it makes a difference on an acoustic guitar, it's gonna have that same difference. The only thing is, with electric guitar, the only thing is your pickups do play a part in it. But my point is, string vibration is coming from somewhere. It's the way they vibrate. It does make a difference, and it's not just okay on the you know, on the saddles and the bridge and that. Yeah, that helps definitely. But what is that attached to? It's attached to the piece of wood, you know. So there is, you know, it's like with thickness of strings. And you know what? Here's something. Now I don't have this plugged in, but this here, if you ever wanted to disprove this point about string gauge doesn't make a difference, maybe on their rectum scales. You know what the rectum scale is. You know, just like when you get the colonoscopy, you put it on the rectum scale. So maybe when you measure it like that, you know, it's got the sine waves and the, you know, the hairs and everything going on. Okay, but here's the reality. If you just, your ears are gonna tell you this. Any one of you, just anybody out there, grab your guitar and let's play the note G. We're gonna play it in 3 places. Only play it on your treble strings, because your bass strings are wound. They're going to be thicker, so it's much easier to see this. You just look at them, oh yeah, they're thicker. But this really proves the point on your plain unwound strings. So if you go to your 3rd fret on your high E string and you play that G, okay, then you go to your 8th fret on your B string and you play that G, okay, then you go to the 12th fret on the 3rd string and play that G, you're going to notice the tone is starting to get bigger, thicker. And another thing, if anyone uses a guitar synthesizer and you're going to use the bass part on the synth, well, if you play the E on the 7th fret on your A string, your 5th string, and you're using a bass patch that's on the guitar synth to simulate a bass guitar, you're going to notice this can sound thinner than if you go to the 12th fret on your low E string and you play that E. And it's because there's more mass on that string. It's just bigger. That's all there is to it, you know. So when it comes down to that aspect of the conversation, yeah, your string gauge is going to make a difference, you know. Now, of course, you can use thin gauge strings and boost up the lows and your mids and all that. Of course you can, you know.
Well, Han said I really enjoyed the Legend concert videos.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Han. Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that one, man.
Your stave moves were stellar, Dave. Oh yeah, you was rocking.
You know what? That was 21 years ago. So I was 37.
John says, "Same to you, Deb. Be well to you both." Thank you, John.
Oh, thank you, John.
And Han's laughing.
How about it again?
Rockstar, yeah, rockstar right here.
We were just having fun. You know, here's the thing. I always say this. You know, you could have the lights. You could have no lights. You could have foggers, no foggers, and pyros, no pyros. Big stage, small stage, in a corner, whatever. You are really the one. The performer is really the one that's going to set the show. Everything else enhances. Well, of course, you know, if you got lights and fogs and pyros, yeah, that helps. That can be a show within itself. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But
gotta have my pyros back then.
Yeah, especially back then.
Amazing performer you are, says Han.
Thank you, Han. It's just, I you know what it is? I try to recreate what inspired me when I was a kid, you know? And as crazy as this sounds, this is only one way of looking at it. Maybe there's other ways. Because I'm not a schooled musician. I'm not a schooled performer. None of that. It's just, you saw it, you got inspired, and you're trying to mimic what you see. But in my personal opinion, when you were young and you're, you know, all of us at our age now can remember the days when we had the fake guitars and we put on the Kiss record.
What are you looking at me for?
And you're trying to.
What are you looking at me for?
you're trying to recreate the show, you know, because me and my friends used to do this. He had the Kiss album, I didn't, you know, and then whatever else was available back then. And then you had the mirrors and you're trying to recreate. Yeah, you're like a rock star. You know, this is all cool. Because you see, for us at that time, we didn't have video games or anything like that either. We're outside playing tag, playing ball, or, you know, trying to recreate. We use our imagination.
My first album was Heart. Yeah, Heart.
I think my first album
was... album for a chick.
That's right, see? I think I can't remember if it was either Aerosmith Live Bootleg or Deep Purple Made in Japan, but they were both live albums. I think it could have been, you know, I think what it was, Deb? I think for my birthday I got the Aerosmith Live Bootleg, because my birthday's in November, and then for Christmas my dad got me of course these are albums, the Deep Purple Made in Japan. And what I love about live albums, it brings that excitement. And then, you know, as I was getting older, I was able to go to hang out at the blues and the jazz clubs where they let me in, and then they had to have me go real quick because, you know, I was underage and the cops were watching all these places. But to be in that atmosphere with that live music, man, I'll never forget it. Funny thing is, I don't drink, so.
So we're also preparing for the hurricane that's coming.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have a name yet.
Yeah.
But it's all over the news down here. It's coming around the corner. My first album gave to me was Charlie Daniels.
Ah,
ooh,
yeah, Charlie Daniels band. Still in Saigon. Remember that
Devil
song?
Went Down to Georgia.
Going down to Georgia.
And Sarah says mine was Houses of the Holy.
Oh, yeah, Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta say
Yeah.
something real quick about Zeppelin. When the '80s came in, and all the shredders came in, and of course I heard Al Di Meola and Alan Holdsworth in the summer of 1981. So that's before Ingve and Joe Satriani. They came a few years after that for me. But those were the guys, the fusion guys, and I know for a fact Jimmy Page and all those guys did. I read an article where they saw one of Al Di Meola's concerts because when he came out, he blew the doors down with the fast picking and all that because nobody was playing like that. I mean, Eddie Van Halen's Eruption was phenomenal. There was absolutely no question about
Sarah
that.
said she loves Zeppelin.
But Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
So what happened was in the '80s, people were kind of ditching Jimmy Page. But I'm gonna tell you what, Jimmy Page it will always be a legend because of when he. All his work he did with Zeppelin was just incredible. And you know what? The way he bends his strings, that real nice, sometimes he'll do that nice slow bend. Al Di Meola does a lot of that too. And there was a picture at one of Les Paul's birthday where there is a picture of Jimmy Page jamming with Al Di Meola side by side.
Sarah said he is a legend.
He certainly is. He's a living legend, yep. I will agree 100%. And he's such a down-to-earth guy. You know that? This guy's a living legend, and I've seen a YouTube video where a couple of guys, this is like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, were hanging out by one of his apartments, his loft. And here they came out, they came back from the store, whatever, and here's Jimmy Page walking up to the gate, and the guys were like, oh my God. And he said, no, we could talk, and they were talking with him, and they were saying just how much Led Zeppelin has, inspired them and changed their life, how great his music was. And he was very gracious, He was not arrogant, he wasn't rude, he was very appreciative, And that's what you like, It's heartbreaking when you see some of these people and they got these egos.
Sarah says, wow, that would be awesome.
Oh, that would have been totally
awesome. That'd be
awesome
to just meet Jimmy Page on the streets.
And I'll never forget this. I said this before. I remember, growing up in Chicago, we had a rock station called the Chicago Loop, FM 98, where Chicago rocks back in the day. And this was in the mid-1980s where Jimmy Page was a guest on the Loop, and he said how big of a fan he was of Chicago blues. Because over in England, they had their underground radio station, and that's what they used to listen to, a lot of Chicago blues. It was broadcasted. So we had a club, and it's still there, called Kingston Mines on Hawsa, but I know it was further down Hawsa because that's when I did the jam session there with my Flying V, and it was fun, but it got moved. So he used to hang out at the Kingston Mines. I'm sure he's gone to Buddy Guy's Legend. You've been to Buddy Guy's, the old Legends. He moved. Buddy Guy's Legends now is down on Clark Street, just past Belmont, I think, where the Guitar Center, and that Guitar Center that's there is the very first Guitar Center that opened up in the Chicagoland area. However, in 1980, it was on Milwaukee Avenue, just south of.
Sarah said they hung with Muddy Waters in Chicago.
Yeah, they did. They hung, because Muddy Waters was a huge influence. They hung out with him. The Rolling Stones used to go to. When the Rolling Stones used to go to Kingston Mines, they'd shoo everybody out and just get the important people there, hanging out.
Sarah says, "Yep."
Back in the day, man. So it's just very, very interesting, So growing up, all the, you become a product of your surroundings, right? So all of that used to, impact me. But I used to hang out on the West Side. West Side
Story.
By Armitage and Honorary Street, and then Rosa's Lounge opened up, and this was back in the mid-'80s.
Easy credit ripoffs.
That's right. That's good times. That depicts Chicago. But if anyone wanted to find out, some of the blues, that's in
Sarah
Chicago.
said my dad was a blues player, so he educated me.
Ah.
Wow. Nice. Sweet.
You could go on YouTube. It's Rosa's Lounge Live. That's in Chicago. Melvin Taylor in the Slack Band. He still plays there. But he's much older now. But back then, we were all younger back then. We're talking about the 80s.
Rosa is cold.
Oh, yeah, Rosa is cold.
Rosa is cold. That beer commercial back in whenever
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Dos Equis. I think it was a Dos Equis.
I think it was Dos Equis, yeah.
Sarah said, I've been there.
Oh, you've been there?
Nice.
That's a nice place, man.
Yeah.
The thing is...
So if anybody wants to come over on Sunday and help us start putting down our hurricane shutters, that would be awesome.
Man, yeah,
we could use some help.
Yeah, but only with the big one. I get the other one.
The big one in the front.
Yeah.
Takes about 5 people to get it down.
Let's see,
Used to live in Chicago.
Oh, you used to live in Chicago. Nice.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah, I grew up...
Awesome.
I mean, I used to live by Sen High School as a little kid, which is the north side, Ridge Avenue, Ridge and Clark and Pierce and all that. But I moved with my grandfolks, my dad, I literally a block and a half north on Kenmore Avenue, between Gray Street and Byron Street. And the funny thing is, all my friends would say, how come you didn't move on Byron Street?
I said, sure, it's only 3,000 miles. Be right there.
Yeah.
Okay. 3,000?
Yeah,
Are
because
you up in Canada?
No, he's a Pacific Northwest. I thought you said Pacific Northwest you are? So yeah, you're like in the state of Washington area.
Oh, okay. You're in the States, but on the West Coast.
No, on the West Coast there.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That would be 3,000 miles. Yeah, because we're 1,300 from Chicago.
Yeah, we're 1,300 from Chicago.
Where we moved from. All right. Sarah said Blue Island. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Blue Island, yep. I know Blue Island, yep.
127th and Winchester.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. How cool is that?
When I went to ETI, they had one in Blue Island. They had Itasca location, campus, and then Blue Island. I went to Itasca.
You went to trade school.
Yeah, I went to trade school. I was a trader. Not a trader. You trader, Benedict Arnold. No. I wasn't a trader. No. Then I went into the trades, heating and air conditioning. And I used to do graphic arts. Print shop. Which is so strange because...
Sarah's laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, Quentin James. Hey there, youngsters.
Hey, Quentin James, what is happening, man?
Hola,
Quentin, what is happening?
Mi casa es tu casa.
Now, Quentin, he still has his Digitech RP360 pedal.
If you live closer than 3,000 miles, you still need help with our hurricane shutters on Sunday.
A big shutter, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, we're staying.
Yeah, we're staying.
We are staying. And anybody want to know why? Ask us why. Why the heck?
Yeah, while you guys type in that question, real quick with Quentin James. With the Digitech, it's sad that Digitech got shelved. But see, you know what? I think I figured this out, Quentin. And this takes me a little while to figure things out. But those switches are metal, and down here there's salt in the air. I never realized how much it could affect those metal switches, man. But I think that's what was the cause of my Digitech going out.
Learning experience, learning curve.
Yeah,
because
back in Chicago you don't have to worry about it. We don't have salt water in Chicago, but down here.
Said actually 2,700 miles. Oh, Quentin is in Kentucky.
Oh.
I'm in Kentucky. We have a 4-day festival. Kiss, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Guar, Shinedown, etc.
Guar, Quentin, how about it? Guar.
Wow.
Now, Quentin
Joe
Wentz, what's happening, brother?
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Byron. Just chilling out here in South Carolina.
Yeah, Joe. I'm so glad you're getting better. And you know, that was so cool. Everyone reached out to you, Joe. We were so happy, brother. So happy you're doing better, man. Oh, man.
Guar is still going, huh?
We're still going, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, man.
But now Quentin James
you're
used
an
to play
answered
out,
prayer,
too.
buddy. You are an answered prayer. So happy for you.
Oh, we're so happy that you're
praying
getting
for
better,
quick
man.
healing.
Yeah, quick healing, man.
There,
and you're doing
buddy.
it the right way, man. Just taking its time because you do not want to make it worse. As we get older, that's just the nature of everything. Everything takes longer. That's great, man. And you got that Herman Lee Joe, you got the Herman Lee Ibanez guitar. That's a nice guitar, man. Well, yeah, I was say Quentin James used to play out a lot in one of his bands.
We got our water.
Yeah, it's called H2O.
For the hurricane.
Yeah, we got plenty of this.
Actually, we have our stash. Because we're not...
Yeah,
the shelves are already... People are already clearing the shelves off from
it's
water.
like the zombie
water's selling
apocalypse,
out
man. You go
already.
there, there's no...
We have a lot of new people that have moved down here.
Oh, a lot
and
of
this
people.
This is their first hurricane.
Remember
so you and Joe in the path, we are for sure. We're in Florida, so we are definitely we're like the eye.
Well,
right now.
yeah. Now,
right now
when you look and it says the golf, and you see like the bottom part, we're like, all right. So here is like the Jacksonville area, Pensacola, and then here comes down. We're like just before the bottom where it goes around Miami, if that makes sense.
Well, Miami's on the other side.
Yeah,
of the state.
but we're in the Gulf side. But yeah, we're actually across the state from Palm Beach.
Joe said, "Thank you very much."
Oh yeah, you deserve it, brother.
Oh, he's saying hello to everybody. Yeah. Quentin James says doing
good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I say Quentin, you played out. You played in bands before. You know what it's like.
We have our survival food. We bought 3 months.
Oh yeah, we got
of survival food. So that's our stash of food if we need it. We've got cases of water stacked in the closet.
That's just how it is down here. You have to.
We've got our battery-operated generator, which I use that at the shows, the art walk. I bring out the generator because we need to use it. So hey, why not? It doubles.
Yeah, the lady said
it is a beautiful evening. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's the calm before the storm. Brace for impact.
The calm before the storm, exactly. It's cooling down a little bit here. And what else we got? We got a porta potty and Ken. We use the bathroom, and on the other side of our house, our neighbor Ray, who has gone home. He's passed on and gone home. He back in the day had a camper, and when the community was owned by a different company, he asked if he could put in a screaming.
Ride the storm out.
I feel like I'm screaming.
There you go.
Oh yeah, and that's even louder than me.
Oh, yeah,
and the guitar.
You see the people going in the golf carts and they got their beer.
So he put in a dump. He put in a dump on the other side of our house for his camper. So we are able to, if we need to use our porta potty, we have a dump on the side of the house.
Back at camping, where we get the stinky slinky, and run the stinky slinky. From the porta potty.
Yeah. So, and the generator does have a solar panel to charge it up. So, if this happens and we lose power, after the storm passes, it's a bright sunny day the next day, and we have our panel to charge up our generator. Got a grill, so we got the little propane tanks, and we were going to go grocery shopping Saturday night after our second gig, but then we thought about it. I was like, no, we can't buy any food yet, because if we lose power, everything in the refrigerator we're going to lose.
So we get non-perishables like coffee and chewing gum and the essentials,
The breakfast of champions.
That's it.
Coffee and chewing gum. And our survival food.
Right.
We need to use it. We can cook that up on the grill. So on water, and we'll just be dying of heat until we
I hope not.
get.
Well, that generator might be able to run that window air.
Ooh, that window air takes a lot of juice.
Yeah.
No,
well, then we'll run into the car and turn the AC on for a little bit. Oh God, does it get hot down here, man?
Yeah. Well, we're hoping for the best. Hope
we're just hoping.
We are going to get the storm. We just don't know the degree yet. Right now, the news is saying it's a high 2, low 3 category, and just pray that we maintain power. We are going to go live during the hurricane, providing we've got internet connection, yada yada, and that sort of thing, and share that experience with you guys. and as long as the house stays intact, we'll be fine. Our area, we're not in a flood zone, so even when Hurricane Irma came through in 2017, that was a Category 5 that came through. We didn't flood. So this one being a high 2, low 3, I'm not concerned about flooding. And so this table behind us is going to go into our shed. And I'm thinking about, I just thought about this, Dave, thinking about we're going to fill up Tupperware of water and put the lid on it and stack it up on this table so that we have water. We can use that for the porta potty if we need to. Use that water to wash up, brush our teeth, that sort of thing, so that we're not using our bottled water. Mm-hmm. This is for cooking and drinking and that sort of thing. And when Hurricane Irma, Irma came through, we were out of power for a week. Now, at that time, we went up to the north part of Florida, still in Florida, to our friend's apartment, who his apartment is built to withstand a Category 5, so we never even lost power up there at his apartment. But we only had the one cat. We only had Moses with us. Now we've got Moses, we have Tiger, and Lady Thor. We've got 3 cats. We can't. No one's gonna take us with 3 cats. So we're gonna stay, and if we all go, we're going together. We just can't leave. We just can't leave our pets. And that was, when we lived up north, I was wondering, and a lot of people up north still wonder why people don't leave their homes during a hurricane. It's coming, and why the heck are you going to stay? So now that we live here, and
now we
understand why people stay, because one reason is we just don't want to leave our pets.
No. And they got shelters,
and
but sometimes the shelter doesn't take them.
And people don't have places to go.
Right.
And then another thing, not everybody, but a lot of people are trying to get out of the state, so the gas stations are running out of gas. You almost have to leave a week. You'd almost have to leave now to make sure there was gas going up north.
And you don't run out of gas because
and you don't run out. Hurricane Irma, people were getting to Georgia and the gas is gone.
Right.
And then they're frantically trying to even find a hotel, and all the hotels are booked because the gas is gone. So people are just going to stay there in Georgia. So that can be very stressful and scary too.
Especially if you're stuck on I-75.
No gas, and
and if you're stuck on the expressway, you're still going to be in the storm. So it's safer in your house than it is in the car.
Yeah, and so it's you kind of balance out.
Yeah.
You try to balance and make the best decision that a person can, but our house has withstood 40 years. This house was built 40 years ago. 40 years of hurricanes, and it's still
actually, it was built in 78, so 78, I think. Yeah. 40 years ago was 82, so we're talking, 44 years ago, 45, almost 45 years ago.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Don't cut it up too much, because I'm beginning to wonder, how old am I? You're getting up there, and you keep climbing up there.
Numbers, they keep going up, they don't go down, and that's why I don't sell them.
All right, 40 plus years this house has withstood hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of praying that we're going to be all right.
And it is a manufactured house, but
it's anchored. It's anchored underneath. It's anchored.
All this is anchored down.
Is anchored. This whole house is anchored to the ground.
Solid.
Yeah, and we have a low-profile roof, so some of the homes have a much steeper peak than ours. We have a lower peak on our roofs, so we're just praying that it all goes well and
exactly.
What can I say? If it's our turn, then you know what? It's our turn. We're all gonna have to take our turn anyways. So
just quick.
Yeah, I just can't leave the cats.
No.
and if anything happened to them, it would just be like,
Yeah, you'd be
You know,
feeling it,
have a hard time.
You know,
have a hard time with that decision. Like, no.
you know, the funny thing is that this is how I feel about this.
We're a family.
Yeah, we're a family. I'm gonna compare this to when I used to do HVAC, and I have to get up on these roofs because we'd have the furnace upstairs in the attic, and then we have a system downstairs. It was a split. There was 2 to 3 systems because these were all custom homes. But anyways, I'd be up on that roof because even though if it was, they were all high efficiency furnaces, but I still had to vent them out, And I'd be up on that roof, and when the house is being built, your grass, before all that is laid down, the ditch goes down an extra 3 feet. So I used to always think, if I fell off one of these roofs, either I don't want to get hurt that bad, or I'd rather get killed. Because to me, the worst case scenario is being paralyzed. Now you can't do anything. And you're at the prime of your life sitting in a wheelchair, and you're just, man, like wasting. Han
says, I couldn't leave my pets either.
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh, you got the good.
Metal Gaming. Hello, Metal Gaming. Joe said, yes, sir. I absolutely love my Ibanez Herman
Lee, yep.
Herman Lee model. I had my eye on it for a long time, and I finally made the jump and got it.
Good for you, man.
Joe says, y'all please stay safe. We
will.
And Sarah said, I would. And Quentin says, I have a spare room if Dave needs to store some cool gear.
There you go, Quentin. I hope the room's big because we kind of got a lot of it. You don't realize it until it's like you start like, holy crap, man.
Oh, we have no furniture. We don't entertain. Nobody comes to our house. There's nowhere to sit. There's no.
Quentin, I forget what guitar you have. I think you had some really killer pickups.
That's the only table we have.
That, we got some stuff in there, but I mean, we really don't, man. We just
folding table.
Folding table. Right?
It's not like a.
Well, here. Think about that. We've been together since 1998, right? So all those years, we've been hitting it hard with the music.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I've always played it, and Deb always been involved in music, running sound and that. But when we got married, it was all, even though she went to school and I had finished trade school at the time. But anyways, we were always doing our music.
College.
Yeah, she went to college. Yeah. Anyways, we were always hitting it hard with the music. So we got over 23 years of constant going with music, constantly,
And loving it.
And loving it.
Just
like
you guys. Like you guys. We're not slowing down. You're not slowing down.
No.
It's all good.
But, so yeah, it's interesting how Digitech is shelved, because again, with Quentin James, and he's got the same Digitech pedal. And I know a lot of people would knock it, but I'll tell you what, it was awesome pedal, man. Totally awesome. It's got that bass patch in there that if you need to do, when you're in situations like I'm in, you have to be creative, And that bass, that low end is like, man, unreal. But I will say this, the Boss GT1, I'm really happy with that little pedal.
Just in case any of you are wondering, what does Camping World do with all their campers?
That's a good point.
During a hurricane? Yes, I found out today. Camping World, all the campers that have slides, all the slides come in, and the porters with the forklifts, they bunch them all together, just crowd them all in, stack them side by side as close as they can, and pray that there's least amount of damage.
Yeah.
The campers that are on the outside of that conglomerate, those are the ones that are going to get damaged, but we're praying that the ones on the inside are receiving less damage or none at all, and the company has insurance. That's what I was told. Hey, the company has insurance for the hurricanes to make the repairs on them.
Hey, Deb, what about when we go to Stanable Island? Remember, there's that is a 3 or 4 tier rack that stores the boats, and they're all outside and they're on those racks.
So those gotta come off.
Those gotta come off, man.
Yeah, there's
And
outdoor storage for boats that are stacked
they're
up.
stacked on these racks,
Yeah, on racks.
like 3 or 4 high, like tiers.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing how high these boats are stacked up.
Like,
Outside, it's not an inside rack.
No,
it's
it's
an
outside.
outdoor
And the
rack.
hot sun beaming on it,
You
you know.
can see all the boats from the road. So yeah, no, and so people put their boats in the canals down here
Yeah.
to try to protect them. So
We
that
got a lot of
they're-
canals down here, man.
I mean, they're still gonna get
Just so you're getting
Rattled
rattled and that.
and shaken and whatever. But
Shaken, not
just- 007.
That's the only thing. You know what? If anyone's into boating, definitely down here is where you want to be because it is perfect for it. But here is the catch-22. It is only in this very small part of the year, and only like maybe every other, maybe every 5 years or whatever, we get the bad hurricanes or it gets, like this.
Well, it's supposed to be every 10.
Yeah, 10.
So I'm not sure why this one happened to come before 10 since
Yeah.
the last one was 5. We're
I
supposed to have another 5 years of missing hurricanes,
Mhm.
but
I'm just hoping it blows down to nothing but a cool breeze.
yeah, I
you know?
just want it to go away. Just go
Yeah.
away. Leave us alone.
Right.
Leave us alone
God,
already.
please.
Go away. Don't you have
But the
something
problem
else
is,
to
when
do?
you own a boat, man, and I see these people with these yachts, I'm like, ooh, man, your insurance is gonna be sky high, man, because the damage, you're in high risk area. Now, some people do take off because there are a lot of people that do live on their yachts, and they will take off.
That's one way to evacuate. Get on your boat and go.
Yeah.
And just head up north. Yep.
But the fuel's gotta be expensive.
Get in that Mississippi River and just boing,
That's it.
go up north.
I think Will Vera, he's got that boat, right? He's got that
Who?
yacht. Will Vera. Sometimes he gets on. Remember? He's the guy with the yachts.
Oh, in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Oh, Will. Yeah. Well, Will can, if he's on, he can chime in and talk
Yeah.
about that. But
'Cause that's, yeah. I mean,
he's not he's not worrying about hurricane. We are.
mhm,
We got the hurricane.
we got the hurricane. But now there's that bad one going up right now up to Canada.
Join in the fun, Canada.
Mhm.
How often do we see that on the news? Canada's getting a hurricane. Wow.
Yeah, I just hope they're. Because, they got.
Yeah, and I think it's a 4. I think
Yeah,
that
it's
one's
a
a 4
category
going up
4,
in Canada.
and it's going on their coastline. So I hope,
Yeah,
man,
the
I hope
news,
they'll be
the
all
news
right.
is showing Canada tonight. They're prepping for
Yeah.
that hurricane.
And of course, everyone by the boats,
Yeah.
they're prepping for that one. So,
Yeah.
but now we still have our gigs tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we got a double tomorrow.
Double tomorrow. And I think
yep.
tomorrow and into Sunday, we'll start to be able to tell, okay, just exactly where this thing's going to be and just what degree of intensity.
They can still shift.
It
at
can
the
still
last
shift,
minute, too.
yeah.
But Sunday we've got to get our
We'll
shutters down.
get these shutters down.
And Sunday I gotta get my music prepared because
Mhm.
we're DJing an event Thursday, October
Yeah.
6th, which
Like
it's gonna
evening.
be a week after the storm blows through.
Mhm.
But we kind of get things back in order pretty quickly.
Yeah, providing we're not going to
So-
have any flooding. I don't think so. See, when Hurricane Irma came here, Bonita Springs, which is a town that's south of us, they had some flooding.
Oh,
They had
yeah,
some serious
some
flooding.
areas are just.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's a
It's-
shame. It's
And
a
water
shame.
damage is horrible, man, as everyone knows.
But yeah, we're just praying that our gig goes through on the 6th of October. That's going to be a
Mhm.
Thursday night. It's a ladies 80s event, the first one that is being held.
Mhm.
So
Ticket sale.
yeah, tickets are being sold for this event. $30 a ticket. The first drink is free, so everybody coming in, all the ladies coming in will get a ticket, and then they get their first drink free. And there's going to be vendors there, so there's going to be shopping available, And then we're gonna be DJing all the 80s music. So I've got to work on my hair, getting big hair, got to pull out the curling iron and all that stuff, the ton of hairspray, the mousse, the gel, all that crap to keep it in place. Been a long time, but I guess got to pull it out for this one. And
You might be able to help us with the shutter, then.
We can start loading in at 3 o'clock for the event.
I was just thinking before I forget, because I'll forget.
Let's get it recorded so we remember.
Yeah, Mike next door, he might be able to help us with the shutter.
Oh, I was already thinking about Mike.
Because we could help him with his.
You don't have a front shutter. It blew off when
Ray
blew off.
Yeah, that was Hurricane Irma.
And Ray's shutter was down.
And it was
his
down.
Front shutter was down, and Irma blew it right off his house.
And our neighbor next door here blew hers off too.
Oh, she lost her front
Yeah, she lost hers too. Yeah.
We didn't lose. Oh, so the neighbor on this side lost her front awning. We didn't lose ours, and the neighbor next to us lost his front awning. Wow.
Because it jumped and it was kind of like skipping. The only thing that happened, it blew off one panel.
Don't forget the spandex, Dad.
Yeah, spandex.
Oh my God, I don't have spandex anymore. No. Hey, maybe Dave's got spandex. You got spandex, Dave? You can
No, I don't have any spandex.
Oh my God.
The Halloween store should be open though.
Oh, the Halloween.
Trick or treat! Smell my stinky feet.
Hairbands. Yeah. They're laughing. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, the wristbands. Oh, you know what I did find? I did find my bracelet that I used to wear in the 80s. I found it. So I'm gonna be wearing that. Have some jewelry still from the 80s. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we bring out the QSC 12-inch speakers for that one. Oh my gosh, I got an order of light. I need one more light. That's right. I was gonna do that tonight.
You get order? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta order one more light. Okay. But it'll come in. I mean,
we got the fog machine. We replaced our fog machine.
Yeah, I bought a new fog machine, so I thought we were going to use it for the Miami gig last Saturday, because that was supposed to be outside, but it rained, so the party was inside. And you guys probably saw that video. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was great.
Decorated awesome.
Yeah, because Benjamin, his band opened up for Santana.
Ben, when he was in college, he played in a band.
Yeah, his band was called Stainless Steel.
Stainless Steel opened up for Carlos Santana back then.
And they were doing, they were on the rise. They were a hot fusion band on the rise, man. And
yeah, Ben played the
he played congas and keyboards.
The keyboards. Mm-hmm. And the band had 3 sets of steel drum players. Yeah. It was just amazing.
It was really, really unique.
Really unique and cool. Yep. They were on TV. Where were they?
They were, I think the festival was in Kansas, I think it was.
Was that Kansas? And outdoor festival that was aired on TV.
Yep.
And their band was interviewed, and they were the first band to play. They got the airtime, television time. It was pretty cool, and we saw Ben in the video because he sent us a link to the video on YouTube for him, for the band for us to watch, and it was cool. It looked like Ben. We recognized him right away.
Right away, right?
That's Ben.
Yeah, right away.
So,
but he's a great musician, man. I was like, wow, dude, and then being able to play his party, and then him sitting in and jamming with me. Yeah. You know, I'm like, I could tell right away, man. Right away, I could tell. When he said he hasn't played in like years, I'm thinking, right away, I knew this guy. When in his prime, he was, man, super badass.
Yeah, when we left, Ben said he will remember this birthday for the rest of his life. That was pretty cool. That was cool, because jamming with this guy, oh, man.
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
It was awesome. I was doing some excerpts from some of Al DiMeola stuff. And
Bumble says, dress up like David Lee Roth.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Back in the day. Either 1984 or Eat 'em and Smile when he was on his own.
Get some buttless chaps on.
Yeah, Yankee Rollers.
Buttless chaps, and they can trot around.
No, I don't think so,
yeah.
man.
And Bumble said I could clear an area in spandex. Scary sight.
Nowadays we put them on, it splits up the seam, you know.
Oh.
Oh man.
But it lifts and separates. It's like a bustier. A bustier for the buttock. Oh man.
We used to have this store at the suburbs in Chicago that called the Rockstar Shop. They used to advertise in the Illinois Entertainer.
How do I vaguely remember
Yep,
that?
yep. I forget where it was. I think it was in Melrose Park.
Hmm.
And it was, you know, all custom made clothing. Because back then, man, we had a very strong metal scene in Chicago back then. Oh my God. It was great. And you know what? It was all originals. Everybody was playing their own music. And you'd either play at Gordon Tech High School or Lane Tech High School, one of the other ones. They'd rent out and it was real simple because I don't even think they had to pay for anything. And then put on these shows. See, that right there sparked the idea of, first, I know, right? It's a punk. First, when people would hear about pay to play, oh, I don't want to do that. But then when you get the idea...
He's calling me names.
No, that's
Your daddy called me a punk. That's a punk. Go ahead.
But then you get the idea, wait a minute. People would come out in droves. I mean, it was always packed. So if you sell tickets at $5 and you got, I don't know, you packed a place like 200 people and you selling all, you know, 200 tickets at $5 a pop, you know, just do the math. A lot more than what you'd normally get. You know what I mean? That's when you'd come out ahead.
Oh, I did it as a kid at a party at Mom and Dad's house. Had a kegger party. Halloween party. It was $5 to get in. I made $200 that night.
Right? That's what my friends used to do. On Robinson's, they'd have the band play in the basement because they never really played out. Maybe just a couple times. But then they figured, you know what? If they're not gonna hire us, we'll bring the party to our basement, get the cake, and charge $5, and it would always be packed in there, man. But the problem is there was only one way in and out of that basement, and then people get drunk and it'd be a fight always, you know.
Blocking the doorway.
Blocking the doorway, man. No one can get out.
There you go. They're piled up at
But,
the doorway.
I mean, you know what the thing is?
out.
We were resourceful because you know we just had, but we didn't know any better and we didn't care. You know, we just wanted to have a good time. That was it. And you know what? There was no cell phones back then. It was a payphone, and that everyone knew where to meet up. You know, to me those were the best times. You know,
Those are the best times.
best music we had. Now I remember seeing Van Halen.
We're only gonna be on for another few more minutes. We don't want to keep you guys all night. Plus, we gotta get up early.
Yeah, for a gig.
2 gigs tomorrow.
Yep.
Follow us. Jump on if you can to the live streams. Say hi. Do a yo.
You know, speaking of the '80s,
Yo.
does
bitches.
anybody out there remember the band Riot? Not Quiet Riot. Riot. And they had this one song called Swords and Tequila.
Ooh.
No, that was I Could Be Good For You by the band Seven.
Bumble said,
707.
I would just find me a corner, watch it all.
I gotta bust out the metal days again. I gotta bust out some of the metal again.
Stay out of the fight.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Stay in the corner and watch
Stay in the
it.
corner. I remember one of the gigs we played at Rowdy's Rock House when I was in Shadow Lord, and we were playing the Trooper, and over in the corner a fight broke out. And the fight was like, I mean, we were playing the perfect song to a fight scene, and boom, there was the fight scene right there.
Oh, man. It's...
But yeah, man, it was a
You
great
two
time.
remember the Russian band Gorky Park?
I remember Gorky Park, yep.
Song Bang?
I have to look that up again, but that's very familiar. But I do remember Gorky Park, yep.
I don't remember Gorky Park.
Swords and tequila, carry me into the night, or something like that. Da 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 da. Yeah, something.
He's still on tequila.
And then you had the band Manowar.
Oh, yeah, I remember Manowar.
And then actually, one of our friends from Chicago, David Schenkel, was in Man of War for a while. I remember when he was in Paradox.
Paradise.
Yep. That's where all the great Chicago metal bands. He played the Thirsty Whale.
Thirsty Whale.
And then there was the Iron Rail.
Thirsty.
And then we had Grand
Iron Rail was a prison.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was no, and we had a pole right in the middle of the stage, and it was a weight bearing wall, so it was and you're playing,
pole.
and you're playing, all of a sudden you gotta watch yourself because you get snatched the headstock of your guitar, you know.
What's a weight bearing pole?
Yeah, it was a weight bearing pole, all right. Yeah,
Okay.
hold a weight capacity of 300 pounds. I don't think you want to see that one swinging around. In spandex, of course.
Oh,
With a pierced belly button.
oh man.
When the belly button, it disappeared. It went inside. It disappeared.
What the heck are you drinking over there?
Oh. But yeah, no, we had some great times.
Oh, I love Man of War. Great song, says
Yep.
Bumble. Yeah.
Now, Man of War is supposed to revive themselves again with Michelangelo Badio, which is going to be cool. But I do know, I personally, I think Dave Schenkel would have been a better fit if he won. But Dave's got his own band back out, and matter of fact, I just got a post on my subscriptions or prescriptions on YouTube, and they said that he's doing a European tour. I forget the name of the band he's in now, but Dave Schenkel.
Nice.
Yeah, he's back out there, which is I'm happy for him. That's great, man. But no, we had some great times. There was so many clubs we had in the metal scene, so it's really weird because in my neighborhood, who I could walk to was the Blues and Jazz Club, so I'd hang out there, you know. And I love playing jazz fusion, but I also loved playing the metal. So when I was in the metal bands,
Low battery.
I'd be out in the suburbs doing the metal scene.
Remember Firehouse?
I remember Firehouse. Oh yeah.
Lot of one-hit wonders.
A lot of one-hit wonders. Yep.
I remember Firehouse.
Firehouse is great.
Oh yeah.
Queen's. How about Fate's Warning?
Oh, Queen's
Right.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Fate's Warning was similar to Queen's White, right, in a way, but they had their own.
White.
Yeah, Queen.
Queen White.
Yeah. Twain Twags.
Michael Wheel as a professional bowler.
You ever see this movie called Shakes the Clown, and you'll know what that's referring to.
Shakes the clown. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God! But
Wasn't Florence from
she was from Brady Bunch.
the Brady Bunch?
Yeah,
she was in that movie.
Yeah, she was in that movie. I think what was his name? Bob Cap, the comedian Bob Cap something. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but he was the one that played Shakes the Clown. It was about an alcoholic clown. That's what it was. They call him Shakes.
Queen White. Queen White.
Yeah.
Bumble says, yeah, I remember them.
Yep, Queen's Right and Fate's Warning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, so many.
All right,
Yep.
so should we wrap this up?
Well,
9:08, I got 15% on my phone before
15%.
and 2 gigs tomorrow.
15% of nothing is still nothing. Do the math.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you guys for joining us.
But thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it, guys.
You're
And,
awesome.
I think we might, when we write out the storm, we might see if we can stream it live. We might not get a signal though. We'll be out there.
We're gonna, as long as we've got a signal, we're gonna stream that storm live. So, yeah, come and join us and
yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be a bad one, man.
pray with us.
Yeah.
We'll know more Sunday which direction it's supposed to hit Tuesday. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it all goes. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, guys.
So, if you guys can, join us tomorrow, Yucatan's in the afternoon, 12 to 3 Eastern, and then Mercola Market, the happy hour for the comedy night, 5:30 to 7. And then, yes,
And then the hurricane.
Then the hurricane. Then the hurricane.
They're really big show, man.
Big show.
You could say, wow, this really does blow.
Blow hard.
Yeah. With a vengeance.
What a vengeance.
Is that Die Hard with a Vengeance? Something like that.
Oh, I don't know. Silly. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Boys.
Yep.
Oh, Bumble says Bullet Boys.
Bullet Boys, yep.
John says be safe, guys. Yep, we will.
Yeah, we will, my friends.
Thank you. Love
Until
you.
tomorrow, we love you all. Stay strong and true.
Tomorrow.
Rock on, and God bless you, my friends.
God bless.
Take care.
Take care.